Yeah, let's go. Hi guys, welcome to Crypto 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And as you all know, this is the Bitcoin and breakfast show where we trade it and we do not gamble it. I'm Ahmed Magic Kazim, aka KC the Great. And if it's just joining for the first time, welcome to the show. It's a live show and it comes to your screen every day of the week. That is Monday to Friday. Also, if you are just joining us for the first time, there's a lot we do on this show, and that is we take a look at the news that are making waves regarding the cryptocurrency space and trading in general. Also, we take a look at the event of the day. We check what the cryptocurrency market itself is looking like, and we know how the token are overlapping or overthrowing themselves. And nevertheless, we take a look at the fear and greed index to know what the sentiment looks like in the market. And do not forget, we dissect and analyze the chart, and that is why this show has been one of the best show when it comes to charting and knowing what to do with portfolio. And you can check all the videos, the records are there. You see, with BTC, if you remember what happened, I told you to leave BTC at 123,000, and where is it trading now? 86,000. What about ETH? The same thing, and the list goes. And that is why the show is very, very important, because it's all about knowing what you need to do about your portfolio, your trading, your investment, everything regarding trading and cryptocurrency trading at large. But without wasting our time, let us share the link to the community. And speaking of community, you can join our community. It's free of charge, where you can partake in a lot of things like free educational content, free signals, and a lot more for you to benefit on the show, in the community as well. So if you've not joined the community, you might as well check for the links in the description. Everything is free of charge. All right, having said that, let's now dive into today's show and see what is really going on with Bitcoin, because we are seeing that BTC is kind of moving or retracing back a little bit. And what we want to know is this a recovery, or it's what will I call it? Is it a recovery, or it's just setting a trap for us to get into it and later now sell off? Those are things we're going to be taking a look at on the show this morning. Join the live now. So you do not want to go anywhere, rather you need to join the live and join the live now, what you need to do with what is going on. So is there a recovery? Is it more pain that is coming to it? We'll discuss that shortly. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can always get notified when I come live or drop any valuable content for you on this platform. And you can follow us on all social media, on X, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram as well, to get some of the nugget we have for you. All right, having said that, let's now check what is going on with the market. And we're going to start with Bitcoin, of course. And if you look at Bitcoin right now, you see Bitcoin tested 80,000 US dollars on Friday, and that was the lowest we've seen since we saw the all-time highs in I think in October. And within October and now, we've seen the market plummet more than how many percentage? I think more than 30%. You see, about 35%. And if you remember, if you've been watching the show, I told you guys where I feel like we're gonna see a support, or we're gonna see a grip of this free fall we've been seeing in crypto might be around 75,000 to 80,000. So are we to get into the market right now with what we are seeing on the chart? Is two things, guys. if you're an investor, you're spot traders, the market has not clearly given us an entry to get back into the market. But if you are a derivative future trader that you trade with 4 hour, 1 hour in and out with leverage, yes, we saw an entry over the weekend. And if you look at the chart, you see right here that we got an entry at 85,000 thereabout, and the market is still a buy up until now. Maybe we are not going to see it breaking the 85,000, which is now a stop loss, and it's going to be the break even. We're going to see that later today, but that is for future traders, derivative options that use leverage. But if you're an investor, you're a spot trader, BTC is not yet a buy. I know you'll be like, but from 80,000 to 86,000, that's some gain. No, it's nothing. Because if you're an investor, you need to get into the market when the market is moving. Because some of you do swap, some of you do exchange, or you move money from USDT to where to your future to your sports account, which is BTC. So you can't just be swapping in and out, because remember, the charges alone, it depends on the volume or how much you have in your wallet. The charges alone will be too much when the market start moving, and you won't see any gain at the end of the day. So that is why if you're an investor or you're a spot trader, it's better you just chill. When there is a buy, you come into the market, and you don't need to swap in and out any longer. And that is why I normally specify or let you guys know that when you're a spot trader, you need to be careful and you need to have patience. But if you're a leverage trader, you can go in and out. But remember, leverage trading is very, very risky. You need vast experience in that angle for you to be able to get that. And also, you must understand one thing: you must be very, very careful, because you need to know what we call risk management, technical analysis, with a lot of things. So, but if you're interested in that too, this channel is giving you an opportunity to benefit as well. And that is why you can join our community. You can join the Discord channel, or you join the Telegram channel to get free signals and free educational content, all for free. But if you're an investor and spot trader, you need to chill out. But before we dive right into the chart fully, let's check some of the news that are making waves, because right now we are considering if this is a recovery that we're seeing from 80,000 to 86, or is just a trap to cause more pain in the nearest future. But if you look at the news that are making waves, you see that about crypto perpetual futures liquidation, and we saw about 132 million wiped out in 24 hours, and that is not a good news. And also, not only that, you can see that there is now an analyst or an expert that says sell your BTC, your ETH, your Zcash, your Dogecoin, and buy XRP. What I'm going to say with this is I can sell. We are in sell already. As long as you're following this channel, we already sold everything. We are just waiting to get back into the market, except you're a derivative or leverage trader where you go in and out. But if you're an investor, spot traders, this is not now they're telling us to sell. We sold at 123,000 at the top, and that's why we're looking to buy at the low now. But now it's saying buy XRP. Do we need to buy the XRP? Let's quickly check the chart analysis. You can see XRP is really doing good. I'm not gonna lie, because other tokens, they've dropped down after the black swan we experienced some months ago, 2 months now I guess. They've dropped really down, and you can see XRP is still maintaining this $2 ranging kind of, and it has not really dropped below where the black swan touched, which was $1.1 in October. That was 10th of October. So the expert saying you can get into XRP. I am not really saying we should buy XRP now, but I'm not going to lie, for the first time or in a long time, I would say XRP is looking like they've got something cooking, because even though it drops down into the zone, BTC might be start might start to recover and other outcomes will follow. And if XRP fails to break below this, we might see people believing in the strongness of it to not break below the $1 and skyrocket. But do we need to buy the XRP right now? No, we do not need to buy. We need XRP to drop into the buying zone first of all, then we can get into it, or let it break above the structure it creates. Yes, when that happens, we can get into it. So do you need to sell your BTC, ETH, Ethereum and all of that? We already sold it. You can see, if you look at all the charts, you can see I put them in red. Look at this line is in red, that means we're in sell. Look at Ethereum is in red as well, that means we in sell. So we already made that decision weeks ago before people are saying it now. I already told you guys, get out of the market, and if you listen to that, you will not be panicking and all that. What we are looking for now as an investor or crypto trader or spot trader is opportunity to come back into the market and make some money for ourselves. All right, let's take a look at another news. You can see now that Bitcoin climbed let's go. Bitcoin, US spot Bitcoin ETF continues weekly negative streak. That is not good news as well. Not only that, Bitcoin climbs to continue a selling pressure ease. You see, so there is no really good news surrounding these. That's what I'm saying. We have not seen a clear picture or what would I call a momentum that will say the market is going to start shooting up back. Look at this news again. Allow Bitcoin ETF exodus 4.34 billion flees BTC ETF in just 4 weeks. In just 4 weeks, and that is crazy. Not only that, you can see that BTC is really struggling to move ahead back. But what can we do is just to take a look at the chart analysis and discuss and see what we can do about that. But we got some news which is really not bad, and this is it, because we saw Bitcoin retesting 88,000 as Fed rate cut up spark recovery. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If at all we're going to see any of these market or any of these assets start gaining some momentum back, it will be if Fed cuts rate next month. Maybe we're going to see 25 basis points again or 50 basis points. That will help us. But if Fed fails to cut rate come next month, I'm not going to lie to you guys, the market is going to tank. Already, I feel like we are close to, activating the bear cycle already, because anything that makes us break 75,000, the bear cycle is activated, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, we might see the market push back. And one thing you guys need to understand, the market pushing back or retracing doesn't mean we are now back to bull run or we are now back to uptrend. No. One thing you must know, that the market is in waves. It goes up, come down, and it start moving down like that. Just like when we start moving from 15,000, you could see 15,000 to 25, back to 19 to 38, back to 29 to 48, back to 30 something to 70, come down there to 100. The same thing when the market is dropping. We'll always see some retracement, and we're going to be taking advantage of those retracement when the market is moving. Don't think we're not going to take advantage of them. We will do that, but we need to wait till we get a perfect entry. So Bitcoin tests 88,000 as Fed rate cut hopes spark recovery. Now let's take a look at altcoins, and you can see the only good news about altcoins is that Ethereum price faces key barriers that could decide the next move. Now let's take a look at the chart fully, and let's start with Ethereum just to see what they're saying. You can see it has been a sell since I told you guys to get out of the market. That was after the Black Swan week. Saw an entry at 3,000, around 3,004, and it got invalidated around that same point, and I told us to leave the market. Where is Ethereum trading right now? It's trading at 2,800. Now let's check what the real chart is looking like right now. For Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin is gaining some momentum based on lower time frame movement. in the bigger picture, is Bitcoin a buy now? No, we do not have a structure yet. We did not break any structure yet. So I'll tell you, BTC is still not a buy, except if you're going into BTC now just to scale the little profit it's going to give you. But the most important thing is, if you're an investor or a spot trader, the charges of swapping up and down, you need to put that into consideration, because even though you make little amount, but by the time you swap it back to leave the market, you lose the profit you made. It doesn't make sense, and that is why I always advise you guys to wait until we have a clear picture to get into the market. Then we know when we are in the market, we're going to be in it for a long period of time, or to make a significant amount of gain. So is Bitcoin a buy right now? No. For investors, for spot trader, is not a buy. But for derivative future traders and people that can go in and out, yes, it's a buy, because on the 4-hour time frame, we've seen a structure that gave us to come into the market. But remember, it could be invalidated anytime if the daily or the weekly time frame doesn't support the movement. So with BTC right now, if you're an investor and you are a spot trader, I think just relax. Don't worry. Let it shoot up. Remember, we left the market at 123K. There's no, it's going to shoot up to 23K before it's going to give us an entry. And if you didn't leave at 23K, I told you to leave at 105. There's no, it's just going to shoot up and break 105. So it's definitely going to give us entry that we know that once we go into the market, we are in it for a long period of time. And remember, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research and trade with the money you can afford to lose. All right, with BTC right now this morning, Bitcoin is not a buy yet. No structure, nothing has been proven. But under 4 hours, yes, we have a buy and no kick out yet. So we're going to see how the New York Times session is going to work when they open. Maybe they're going to drop it back to come and test this 80K to form a double bottom. Then we're going to see a structure there for daily time frame or weekly. Then we can use that to come back into the market. But for now, I think you should just continue relaxing and do not panic. And if you're interested in the in and out, for the one that is moving right now, join the Telegram channel, the Discord channel. Signals are free of charge. So for BTC right now, please just stay away from it. No buy is really active based on our signals we've been using, and you can see we've been correct for numbers of times, so we need to stick to that. Now let's move to altcoins, and we're going to check Ethereum out. ETH also, you can see no signals, no structure. So yeah, ETH also is not a buy. Let's take a look at Link. Link also is not a buy, but is dropping gradually into the buying zone. Maybe when it gets to the buying zone, we're going to see that and use it to come back into the market. What about AAVE? The same thing, is not a buy, not in the buying zone. No structure has been broken. Stay away from that. What about Solana? Solana keeps creating new lows, you see, and this is why you need to believe me when I tell you you need to relax. Take a look at this Solana. We saw the market start gaining momentum on a 4-hour time frame, but you see what happened? It dumped back on a daily and weekly time frame, and that is why we need to be careful and stick to the plan. So Solana is not a buy as well. Please stay away from me. What about BNB? BNB has now created a new low, and I told you guys last week that I believe it's going to break the new low. So now BNB is not a buy for now. Let's put it in red and see how it's going to push up. It's going to give us, all of them are having the same kind of structure. If you look at BTC and all these altcoins, they're having the same of structure. So maybe by today, tomorrow, we're going to see them break out of structure and create a buy for us. What about LTC? Litecoin has not broken the $80 that I told you, so I think we can just leave Litecoin like that. If you're still holding on to it, it has not broken the $80, because I feel like until it breaks this $80 come down, that is when we can say we are leaving LTC. What about SUI? SUI is not a buy as well, but it's getting close to our entry point, which is around $1. And I believe maybe today, if you have any dump, it might spike into the zone and create a buy for us there. Let's take a look at AVAX. AVAX is not a buy as well. The same thing with SUI. Stay away from me. What about ADA? That's Cardona. It's not a buy as well. Stay away from me. What about XRP? Like I said earlier on, XRP is not a buy yet. Maybe if XRP dropped to $1.50 or below and create a buy there, we'll buy, or we'll wait for it to create a structure above the signal it gave us without confirmation. So please stay away from XRP as well. Let's take a look at Toncoin, not a buy as well. Stay away from it. What about STDEX? I told you STDEX is now a sell. You can see I put it in red. And why is it a sell? I'm going to tell you guys, because you can see we have a structure right here, and we broke above it and the market moved ahead. Now we created a new movement right here, and that was invalidated. So we need a proper entry for STDEX for us to get into the market. What about pump.fund? Dropping gradually to buy zone, not a buy as well. Stay away from it. Let's take a look at Ondo. The same thing, stay away from it. What about Zcash? This Zcash, I keep getting it right. I told you guys when Zcash was at 7.45, I said please don't buy it, because they will use it to cash out, and the market retraces. Before you know it, we saw another impulse movement. I came out and I told you again, please don't buy it. That we have a signal but no confirmation. What is happening now is trading at 538 again. One thing you need to know with trading, signal alone doesn't mean you should jump onto the bandwagon. An impulse movement doesn't mean you should jump into the bandwagon. You need confirmation. If you live by that code, you find out that your portfolio will start growing and you will start becoming part of the little people that are making profits in this game. But remember, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research and trade with the money you can afford to lose. So do we need to get into STDEX right now? I'll say no, please, let's wait, because you can see we have a kicker right here that shows the market is going to drop. Then we saw an impulse that failed to break above the all-time high, then start moving ahead. What I'll wait to see is if we see another structure within this zone over maybe tomorrow or next tomorrow, maybe we can use that to jump on Zcash. But for now, let's stay away from Zcash as well. So that's that regarding the altcoins and bitcoins. If you have any token or any project you want me to take a look at, you might want to drop the name of the project in the comment section, or you can DM me. I'll add it to the list so we can take a look at them, analyze them, and use that to make some profit. All right, let's take a look at some meme tokens and know how they are behaving as well. I know definitely they will mirror the likes of the altcoin. I can see is the same thing. It's not a buy for Dogecoin as well. Stay away from it. What about Shiba Inu? No, yes, stay away from it. What about Pepe? The same thing, stay away from it. Popcat, stay away from it. Trump token, last week I told you, please, you need to stay away. You can say I changed it to red because it invalidated the movement and it broke the structure. So stay away from Trump token for now. It has given us some profit if you took the trade I gave you last week or last 2 weeks. It gives about, let me see, it gives about, I gave you entry for Trump token at $6.6 and it went to around 9 point something. I gave about 40 something profit, so that is enough. Please stay away from it right now. The millennial token, I told you we are waiting for it to top 0.11 and it has now touched the place, but we need a structure, so we're going to be looking for confirmation for millennial token to get into the market. Stop loss for millennial token is still at 0.088. What about Notcoin? Notcoin is not a buy, stay away from it. What about Deep also is not a buy, stay away from it. X is not a buy, stay away from. What about Swamp? Swamp 2 is not a buy, stay away from. So basically, most of all the project of cryptocurrency market right now have not given us a good opportunity or a signal to jump on them back. So it shows that we need to relax and wait for that to happen. And that is why I'm saying this retracement we're seeing with BTC, is it a recovery or is it a trap to cause more pains? And we do not want to get ourselves caught up there, so we need to be careful, guys. And the only way you can get informed and be careful is by tuning into this channel every day of the week. It's CryptoBin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And every day of the week we discuss, we dissect, and we tell ourselves the truth about the space and know how we need to handle our portfolio. But before we move on and check what's going on with the event of the day and market cap, let's check what is happening with gold. You know, I've been giving you guys gold signals because of how gold has been moving, and it's been 100% correct. You can see I gave you entry for gold around 4,050, and it's still a buy till now, and we're above it slightly if you're still holding on as an investor or as spot trader. But if you are derivatives, future tradings in and out, definitely you would have taken profit and look for entries again. So gold is still maintaining, you can see the trend line is maintaining the trend line, and also apart from the trend line, it has not broken the stop loss which I told you it's around 3,009 something thereabout. So gold is still a buy, and I believe we might still see more pump for gold if crypto is not really ready to come back, because people need safe haven where they're going to put their money. So gold is still looking good with what I'm seeing on the chart. And if you're a spot trader and investor, you can still hold on to your gold position. But if you're a future trader, derivatives and all of that, using leverage, you need to join my Telegram or Discord channel to get free signals every day. All right, that's that regarding the chart analysis this morning. You know, today is Monday, the 24th of November 2025. Is Bitcoin still a buy? No, but are we seeing a recovery or a buy in a lower time frame? Yes, using 4 hour, it's still a buy and it has not been invalidated. But remember, that could be wiped out any moment or any time. We're gonna wait for New York time frame and New York time session to know how the market will go. All right, that's that regarding the chart analysis, guys. Let's now check the event of the day to know what we should be expecting and how we should prepare ourselves for what is coming our way this today. And if you look at it, you find out that we do not have, you know, it's Monday, of course, we don't really have much to see. But if you look at the economic calendar throughout the week, we have very, very important data coming out, like the inflation is going to come out, the PPI, the CPI in Australia, in New Zealand, the unemployment claims, core durable goods. A lot of things are coming out this week, and you don't want to miss that. And that is what we're going to use to, you know, dissect and analyze the chart over the week. And we might see some dumping and some, you know, retracement this week, and you don't want to miss every or any part of the show throughout the week. So nothing really much to see regarding the data or the economic calendar today. From tomorrow, we have a lot to discuss about, so do make sure you do not miss the show tomorrow as well. All right, I haven't checked what the event of the day looks like. Let's now check how the cryptocurrency market cap is performing at large. But you can see we are now back to 3 trillion. We went below 3 trillion, but over 1 trillion or 1.5 trillion US dollars has been wiped out from the cryptocurrency market since October, and that is so alarming. But right now the cryptocurrency market cap is sitting at 3 trillion US dollars, and the last trading volume in the last 24 hours amounts to 145 billion US dollar. You can see the trending token right here. Firo is still there, average, and Bitcoin is trending, of course, and top gainers, you can see them right there. But now let's check what the cryptocurrency top 10 looks like. And if you look at it, you see BTC still maintaining number 1, Ethereum number 2, Tether number 3, XRP number 4, BNB number 5, USDC, which is a stable coin like USDT, at number 6, Solana at number 7, Tron at number 8, Stake at number 9, and Dogecoin remain the only meme coin that has been maintaining top 10 for a couple of months. And you can see we're starting to see some green to come into the graph over here, but not still looking good, as we can see. And the likes of what will I call them, Rabbit, Bitcoin Cash, and Zcash, all of them are below top 10. And also, if you want to know where your project you're holding on to sit on the cryptocurrency market cap ranking, you can check that out on CoinGecko.com. All right, and speaking of checking something out, if you still want to check out how our $100 challenge has been doing, you can check out the links in the description, and you can join and see how we've been growing the $100 challenge account. And there are benefits for people that join the community, people that participate. And don't forget, we're still going to launch the token to support the project in the nearest future. And you know, everything is being sponsored by Blofin exchange. And if you really want to trade derivative futures and all of that, getting free signals from us, you might want to check that out in the description. You can use my link with the Blofin exchange, and you can be part of the group, and it's free of charge. The only thing you need to do, use my link, register or create an account, sign up, and you join the free signal group and also the challenge group, and you have a lot of benefit for yourself. All right, that's that regarding greed index, talking about the sentiment in the market. And if you look at the fear and greed index this morning, last week was really bad. We were between 10, 11, 14, 15. That was highest we saw. And you know, it was even the lowest we've seen in a very long time, 10%. And right now, thank God, we've moved a little bit to 19%, but we are still in extreme fear. That means for like, it's getting to 10 days now, or more than, we've been sitting on extreme fear consistently. Man, I don't know what's really going on. That means we need to be careful. Like I told you guys, yes, buy the dip, but make sure the dip is the end of the dip, so you don't keep buying the dip and it keeps going deeper, because that's the mistake a lot of you are making. Because market tanked to 100,000, you buy, now it tanked to 90,000, now it's on 80,000. You don't know, 75,000 is the floor I'm looking like, and if we break 75,000, we might hit 30,000 to 40,000 price, and that will be the end of the bear cycle. So you guys need to be careful when you're buying the dip. Wait for structure, or join a show like this where we'll know that, okay, it's time to get back into the market and we'll make money to that. So the fear and greed index, talking about the cryptocurrency market sentiment analysis, still sitting on extreme fear and is at 19% right now. Now is extreme fear. Yesterday was extreme fear. Last week was extreme fear. Last month has now turned to fear, guys. So that's what I have for you on the show this morning. Thanks for joining me this morning again and watching the show to this period. And if you like what we're doing on this great channel, I can see a lot of you are subscribing, but please always like the show, share with your friends and family so they can benefit, especially anyone that you know is into crypto, so we can save their portfolio. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you always get notified when I come live on the show. All right, until I catch you tomorrow on another wonderful episode of this live show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show. Please and please remember, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment, and make sure you trade with the money you can afford to lose. I'm Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great. Please stay out of trouble, trade well, and remember, it's not how many trade you take, but how much profit you make. Until I see you tomorrow, it's peace out.